Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah Beth and today we are going to be making my October TBR. For my September TBR, you won't believe this, but I actually did read one book off of it and I read The Scattered Bones. I actually really liked this, especially for a standalone fantasy. I don't feel like there's a lot of those, and normally I read them and I'm kind of disappointed in them, but I gave this 4 stars. It was really enjoyable. I had a good time. Definitely a perfect like spooky season kind of fantasy read. I actually read one on the TBR this month and I'm gonna count that as a win, and I finally feel like I'm getting my sparkle back. If you are at all on like the mom side of the internet, you probably know about the term like getting your pink back, and I feel so rejuvenated this month. Don't know what that's about. Maybe it's because I've been going on a lot of walks. Maybe my hormones finally just leveled themselves out. But I am feeling happy as a clam, which is why I decided to film my TBR today, because I felt like I could really give you some spunk. First things first, shrink the shelf production. So my like manufacturer contact, I don't know what to call him. He's the guy I email. He like low-key ghosted me for a little bit. Don't know what was up with that. Had to follow up excessively, felt really annoying and terrible. I'm sure he was just busy with other projects and whatnot, but I felt really bad. I had to send a lot of emails to get a reply. He took like the whole month to reply to me, and now I'm just waiting for them again to approve the 2 files I fixed. Still just waiting on that because he just didn't respond to my email, and he finally replied when I CC'd every contact I had. Wasn't my favorite. I felt kind of passive aggressive. It's bothering my anxious soul, but it's okay. So now you're probably thinking to yourself, Sarah Beth, what is this? So last year, when I thought I had all the files done for the project and I wanted to make something new, or for Shrink the Shelf, I made, okay, as I knock it over, I made this haunted TBR game. I'm hoping you can see it. And I wanted to play it and film a vlog, and I never did, and I was really sad about it. And so I really wanted to this year, the only problem being that I have much less of an ability to film a vlog this year than I did last year. So if you would be interested in me filming sort of a reading vlog with that, it would probably just be minimal filming of like actually me reading, and probably a lot more updates and just kind of like playing the game as opposed to like B-roll while I'm reading. Let me know. I know some people get really annoyed with reading vlogs that don't show people like sitting on the couch and reading and whatnot, which is why I tend to not film reading vlogs, because I get kind of in my head about it, because I think no one's gonna like it when I'm just kind of like interjecting all the time and there's not a lot of actual like reading happening in the vlog. But it's hard to film when I have 2 small children hanging around me, like when I am getting a chance to read, because A, Graham will knock over the tripod, B, I don't read a ton when they're awake and active. Well, like when Thomas is awake but Graham's asleep, I can read. So if that's something anybody would actually enjoy, let me know, because the game itself is really fun. Hello, this is editing Sarah Beth / Sarah Beth from the future, and I am just piping in here to say I decided to make a digital download. I figured it out, and it is available in the description below. You can also buy the poster and the digital download instead of having to go like print the poster yourself, and I think it's pretty comparable to like if you went and printed it at Staples or Home Depot, but you know, then you don't have to go, or not Home Depot, Office Depot. Anyways, so there's both those options. But if you buy like the physical poster, it'll get mailed to you. It also comes with the digital download, so to each their own. But there's also just the digital download available. That's the first link in the description if you're interested and you want to play. So the way it works is you start in the basement, and then each room has these fun little envelopes, and in each envelope, I'll pull this out. In each envelope, there is a card with 2 prompts and a card that tells you which prompt is correct. I'll explain that in a second. And then there is a haunted artifact or a supernatural obstacle is the other option. So there's either a haunted artifact or a supernatural obstacle. The cards look the same And then these are the backs. Okay, so in the basement, you can choose prompt 1 or prompt 2. So in this scenario, prompt 1 says read a book set in a coffee shop or cafe, and prompt 2 says read a book featuring a bookstore or a library. So say I go prompt 1, a book featuring a coffee shop or cafe. I read that book. These 2 cards, the prompt selection and the haunted artifact or supernatural obstacle, are still in here, and I don't know what they say. So I just pulled out prompt, read the 2, pick one. I read coffee shop or cafe. After I finish that book, I pull out prompt selection, and it tells me that prompt 2 was what actually opened the door. So that means I now have to read a book that fits prompt 2 to get out of the basement. It's like an escape room, sort of. It's like Escape the Haunted House. I called it the TBR of Terror. So then I would have to read a book featuring a bookstore or a library. Then, totally finish the room, I pull out the haunted artifact or supernatural obstacle, and I do whatever it says. So this one is the tarnished bell, and it says the bell rings faintly when you touch it, but its sound quickly fades, leaving only silence. No change, just an eerie echo that lingers in your mind. So this supernatural obstacle / haunted artifact does nothing. So then I would be in the living room, and in the living room I could either go up to the library or over to the foyer. So prompt 1 is up and prompt 2 is to the right. So you would pull the 3 cards for that. So like this one says the prompts are read a book where the characters are going on a getaway / vacation, or read a book where a character inherits a property or estate. So let's say I pick prompt 2, and then I pull this out. Oh, and so this one says both prompts work. So I would escape into the foyer, but my supernatural obstacle is the vampire coffin. And it says, an ornate coffin carved with ancient symbols. It radiates a cold, sinister energy tempting you to open it, but you know something dangerous waits inside. Read a book with vampires. So then, before I open the foyer's envelope, I would read a book with vampires. And then I would have completely defeated the living room. So you keep doing that for all the rooms. So like, had prompt 2 not been the one that opened the door and I couldn't go into the foyer, I would have read prompt 1 and gone up into the attic. Or into the library. And then in the attic, the final level, if you will, there are super scary monsters. So we have the vampire, the witch, the werewolf, the ghost, and the zombie. And so you just would kind of like shuffle in the little envelope and pull one out. And each one has a different kind of like final boss, if you will, task. Like, so here's the ghost, and it says the ghost lingers bound to the house by untold stories and forgotten realms. To escape its haunting presence, you must step into the unknown and read a book from a genre you rarely explore. Embrace the unfamiliar, and in doing so, break free from the ghost's lingering hold. And then once you've done this, you've finished the whole house. And like the zombie says, to survive the zombie, read a book that's been on your TBR the longest, no matter how daunting. Only by finally confronting this long ignored tale can you escape the zombie's unyielding hunger for unfinished business. Vampire says, to defeat the vampire, read a classic novel that's intimidated you for a long time. Only by sinking your teeth into this literary giant, overcoming the weight of its reputation and the fear of its length or complexity, can you hope to vanquish the vampire and escape its dark grasp. That is the attic. But yeah, so I made this game. It's pretty fun, I think. I spent a lot of time on it, to be honest with you, and then didn't play it. So I was thinking for this month about playing this in a way. I was trying to think of how to use this to like make the TBR this month. I was thinking about pulling the prompt cards for all of the rooms, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, I'm looking at the board over here, even though it's right here. So 7 rooms, which each have 2 prompts. So picking 14 books, and then ideally, if I get to play, that would be great. I think let's do that. I'm hesitant to try something new on my channel because I don't want it to not go over well. But I mean, at the same time, sounds pretty fun to me. You know, I made this, I want to do it. I won't pull a final boss card. If I film the vlog, I'll do that. I'm actually really excited to do this. I hope people like this. Okay, let's do basement first. So that one, I don't have my envelope for that one. I don't know why. The rest are all in the little envelope. So I'm gonna pull. So prompt 1 is read a rom-com set during a fall festival, and prompt 2 is read a book with a cozy small town romance. And now in this scenario, because we're only going up, it opens the same door no matter what. It's just one prompt is gonna work and one isn't. Okay, let's see. Fall festival and cozy small town. Okay, small town romance I think could be really easy. Fall festival, I'm gonna have to read the back of some books. These are like my fall rom-coms that I want to read. So cozy small town romance and set during fall festival. I think this is where we should start. Okay, this one is definitely an option for cozy small town romance. I don't think this is a romance. Oh my gosh, wait, I have a stack of library books. Wait. Also, I also have soul searching. Hold on, I meant to grab the fall library books. Here they are. I place holds pretty much non-stop, and then of course they like all came in at once at my library. Okay, okay, these are like fall romances. These are on the fall TBR. Those are just general books. Okay, so we have these ones I just pulled off the stack, and then I also pulled down soul searching for small town romance. Okay, hold on. And then what's the new one that everyone keeps talking about? If It Makes You Happy, is that what it's called? Yeah, If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. I really want to go get this book, so okay. It is also an option for small town. People watching is probably also an option for small town. Okay, no fall festival in this one. No fall festival in that one. Nope. This one is gonna have one. Could be either of these, maybe? Okay, I'm not seeing anything with a fall festival. What am I supposed to do for that one? Is soul searching technically a small town? Okay. So I'm leaning for small town. I think I'll do cozy small town romance. We'll do pumpkin spice and everything nice. Here's what I'm gonna do, because I don't have a book for that. I'm just gonna pull another prompt card, and we'll pick prompt 2 of that one. Oh wait, no, prompt 1. Okay. I pulled another one. We'll do prompt 1 on this one, which says read a book with witches or magic. Easy. We will do, where did it go? The Very Secret Society of Regular Witches. So these are our 2 options to get out of the basement. So now in the living room, we have a book with a fake relationship that turns real, or a book with a second chance romance. Okay, well, second chance romance is my favorite. But fake relationship, this one's easier because I read it. These people, I believe, they get married so that he can inherit his family's business. And I'm sure it ends up real. So we'll do Morbidly Yours for fake relationship that becomes real. And then second chance romance, my favorite is that new one. It's not a second chance romance. Okay. I swear I just saw one the other day that was second chance. Is it considered second chance if they were like childhood? No, I guess that's childhood friends to lovers. Okay. Hold on, guys. Second chance is proving harder than I want. Don't think this one is either. I actually think... Oh wait, I forgot about this one too. Because this is a romance. I need to... I just have a pile of romances down here. Okay. Wild and Wrangled is a second chance romance, and this is the last book I have in the Rebel Blue Ranch series, which I love, and now that I have a new book by Lila Sage, I feel like I can be willing to read this and not be depressed. So we'll do this one for second chance romance. Okay, we're to the foyer now. A book with a dark forest or woods on the cover, and a book where darkness plays a large role / it is mostly set at night. Okay, dark forest or woods on the cover. Wait, does this one? Okay, I would say No Place Left to Hide. That's kind of a dark forest. I don't know if I necessarily say that's a dark forest per se. Could be this one. That's not what I was trying to pull out. Come here. This one. Okay, I totally know what to do for prompt number 2, the read a book where darkness plays a large role / it's mostly set at night, and that is the sequel to Book of Night, I think it's called, by Holly Black. It's called Thief of Night, I think, this one. The whole thing is like shadow magic and darkness. The dark, I guess. So I'll do that for that one. And then for dark forest or woods on the cover, I would love to pick belladonna, but I feel like that's a reach. It's just kind of like a dark plant. So we'll do No Place Left to Hide for dark forest. So we'll do that one, and then I think it's called Thief of Night. We're to the dining room. A book where the protagonist is an amateur detective or sleuth, or a psychological or mind-bending mystery. Amateur detective or sleuth. I feel like the natural choice here is All In, because that is the next Naturals book I have, and they're teenagers that work with crime. FBI. Is it FBI? I'm not sure if that's really the right. I also love these books and don't know why I haven't finished them, truthfully. So we'll do that one for amateur detective or sleuth. Psychological or mind-bending mystery. Ooh, I will go with my book club's book for this month because I think it's a psychological thriller, and it's called The Broken Girls. I'm doing better now. The first set of prompts were really kicking my butt. To the library. This one's pretty easy because these are just genres. Read a dark academia or read a gothic fantasy. Gothic fantasy, so easy. I want The Night and the Moth so bad. Dark academia, what do I have left in that? Is The Secret History? It's like the blueprint for dark academia, isn't it? I guess let me Google that before I commit to it. Ah, okay. It literally says it's considered whatever I just said. Dark academia. So, we're doing great. So we'll do Secret History for dark academia. This is so intense to pick this many. Okay, Psychic Studio. Ooh, okay. A book set in a prestigious or mysterious school, or a book where an intellectual rivalry drives the plot. Okay, wait. Why did I think there was a new release that's set at a boarding school? Is it Alchemized? That would be so terrible because that one's so big. Wait, this is set at the Academy is set at like a prestigious university. Yes! Oh my gosh, okay. The boarding school is ranked number 2 in the country. Okay, we will do this for prestigious or mysterious school. And now, intellectual rivalry drives the plot. I think I should do the second Atlas 6 book for this, which is where? Way up high. Let me grab it. We'll do the Atlas Paradox for that. Perfect. Last room, the bedroom. So, for the bedroom, we have read a book with a spooky or atmospheric setting, and read a book with a haunted house. I think it's gonna have to be this kind of area of my books. I know Starling House is like, okay, why can't I grab the books I'm talking about? I know Starling House I think is like a sentient house. Okay, I think Starling House might just be kind of like a spooky house, not necessarily haunted, but we're gonna go with this for the haunted house one. And then spooky or atmospheric setting. I really think I should go with Cackle. I don't know. I would say the 13th Child personally sounds kind of spooky and atmospheric. And I've wanted to read this for so long. So look at the cover. Tell me that's not giving spooky. So we'll do the 13th Child. And I will not be picking the one to get me out of the attic. This is a hefty TBR, folks. Going back through it all really quick, I'm not going to go through all the prompts, but for The bedroom, to escape it, our options are Starling House or the 13th Child. Then to escape the psychic studio, we have the Academy or Atlas Paradox. And then for the library, we have The Secret History or Night in the Moth. And then for the dining room, we have All In, and then what was the other one for this one? Broken Girls. For the foyer, we have No Place Left to Hide or Thief of Night. For the living room, we have Morbidly Yours or Wild and Wrangled. And to get out of the basement and begin our journey, we have the Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches or Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice. That is a hefty stack of 14 to get out. If you're interested in some sort of vlog, because obviously there's still the haunted artifact / supernatural obstacles I have to encounter, and obviously which door opens what. If you're interested in sort of a vlog, it's questionable on how vloggy it would be. Let me know, because I'd love to play it for people, but I just don't know. And let me know if you're gonna play along and you picked some books yourself. That's where we're at right now. I think this is fun. I'm excited to see which ones open what doors and how far along I get this month. We'll see. I think what I'm going to read first is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, and we'll see if that opens the door or not. Yay! Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope we enjoyed this different game. If you are super type A like me and you really want to see me play Shrink the Shelf this month because you play along, let me know and I can make another video and also upload me playing Shrink the Shelf. We just have kind of like 2 TBRs this month. But thank you guys so much for watching and happy spooky season reading. Bye!